Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Saturday, August 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you at least 5 betting picks for each game, a team pick, a total pick, and multiple prop bets based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Philadelphia Eagles versus Miami Dolphins. It's the final week of the preseason in the NFL, and that brings us an interconference clash on the gridiron in South Beach. The Philadelphia Eagles are on the road as they travel to face the Miami Dolphins Saturday night. Philadelphia comes in off a narrow 21-20 road victory over Cleveland in their most recent preseason contest Sunday afternoon. Miami was beaten 15-13 at home by Las Vegas in their most recent contest last Saturday to drop them to 1-1 in preseason play. The Dolphins own a 9-6 edge in the all-time regular season series and have won the last 2 meetings, including a 37-31 win at home in the most recent matchup on December 1, 2019. Our team pick is Miami Dolphins minus 3.5 points. And here is why. We're not going to see the guys at the top of the depth chart more than likely in this one. With that in mind, the Dolphins are likely to continue to split reps under center between Bridgewater and Thompson in an effort to determine how they want to handle things going forward. It's highly unlikely that Thompson would beat out Bridgewater for the number 2 spot on the QB depth chart, but stranger things have happened. Philadelphia may be inclined to give plenty of run to Sinnott to avoid any catastrophic injuries to Hurts or Minshew. The Eagles are a tough team, but playing on the road here in a meaningless game gives a slight advantage to the Dolphins in this contest. The depth chart for the Eagles still has some questions leading into the game on Saturday. To start off, Jalen Hurts is the definite starter for the Eagles, with Minshew and Sinnott behind him in that order. Although both backups have played well, neither is going to challenge Hurts for the starting job. The running back situation has been an interesting one. However, we have seen a lot of Jason Huntley, as he has played in both games, unlike the others. The running back situation may remain a toss-up until after the game, but expect all 3 backs to play Saturday. Our total pick is under 8 points. And here is why. With Thompson's great numbers at QB, the most points the Dolphins have scored this preseason are 26. Along with Miami sitting multiple starters, they only scored 13 points last week versus Las Vegas. As for Philadelphia, they have scored 21 points in each of their 2 games. The Dolphins' backup QBs have had consistent games so far, while the Eagles have not. Our prop bets are: first pick is Philadelphia over 15.5 points. In terms of scoring, the Philadelphia Eagles held an average of 26.1 points per game. Offensively, they held an average of 159.7 yards on the ground, ranking this team first in the NFL. The Eagles earned 6,119 total yards over the course of last season. Philadelphia recorded 167 first downs as a team, and they were flagged for 107 penalties for 842 yards. They surrendered the ball 16 times, 10 interceptions, and 6 fumbles lost. Philadelphia totaled 20 touchdowns via the pass and 25 rushing touchdowns. In terms of yards through the air, the Eagles allowed 3,756 yards, which put them in 11th in the league. In their 17 games played last season, they yielded 220.9 yards per contest through the air, in addition to surrendering a completion percentage of 69.4%. They yielded 328.8 yards per contest, ranking them 10th in football. They gave up 28 touchdowns through the air and 18 rushing touchdowns. The opposition ran for an average of 4.0 yards per run and 107.9 rushing yards per game for the previous season. For the year, they conceded 1,834 rushing yards through 17 games. The Eagles were sitting in 18th in the NFL in relation to the opposition scoring, giving up 22.6 points per game. Second pick is Miami Dolphins over 15.5 points. The Miami Dolphins averaged 307.0 yards per contest, which ranked them 25th in the NFL. They had an average of 92.2 yards per game via the rush and ran for 1,568 yards overall. The Miami offense totaled 825 yards of penalties on 105 infractions, which had them ranked 14th in the NFL in terms of helping out the other team. They gave away 14 interceptions while surrendering 12 fumbles, and they obtained 206 first downs. Over the course of last year, the Dolphins threw for 3,651 yards via the pass, along with an average of 214.8 throwing yards per outing, which had them ranked 17th in the league. In relation to the points being put on the board, the Dolphins ranked 22nd in football, averaging 20.1 points per game. Miami allowed a total of 1,867 rushing yards, 109.8 yards per outing, and 16 touchdowns via the rush last season. They allowed 23 touchdowns from the passing game in addition to 227.7 yards/outing, which put them in 16th in the league. They totaled 26 takeaways, 12 fumbles, and 14 interceptions over the course of last year. Over the course of the season, they surrendered 373 total points. The Dolphins' defense was on the field for 1,081 plays, which was 19th in football. The Dolphins allowed 21.9 points per game, which had them ranked 16th in football. Our player props are: first pick is Tua Tagovailoa under 100.5 QB rating. The Dolphins ended the year with a 9-8 mark. For their last game of last season, the Dolphins got the victory with a final of 33-24 when they faced the Patriots. Duke Johnson carried the ball 25 times for 117 yards, walking away from the contest with 4.7 yards per carry for Miami. Jalen Waddle was featured in the passing game for the Dolphins, bringing in 5 footballs for 27 yards, 5.4 yards per reception. Tua Tagovailoa, 1 TD, ended the contest with 109 yards on 15-22 passing, while his quarterback rate was 94.7. He kept the ball away from the defense with no interceptions, and his average yards per pass attempt was 4.95 yards. Miami conceded 27 attempts on the ground for 134 yards, 5.0 yards per carry. The Dolphins secondary conceded a completion percentage of 66.7%, surrendering 245 yards on 20 for 30 passing. The Dolphins finished the contest with a total of 298 yards on 66 plays, 4.5 yards per play. Miami rushed for 4.5 yards per attempt, finishing with 195 yards on 43 carries. Our second pick is Jalen Hurts under 70.5 QB rating. The Philadelphia Eagles wrapped up their season holding a 9-8 record. In their last contest of last season, the Eagles went up against the Buccaneers and ended up losing by a score of 31-15. Jalen Hurts finished 23-43 with 258 yards passing and 1 touchdown. He had a QB rate of 60 and ended the contest with 2 picks. Miles Sanders was the best rusher for the Eagles with 7 totes for 16 yards, 2.3 yards per attempt. Dallas Goedert left with an average of 15.3 yards per reception by notching 92 yards on 6 receptions. The Philadelphia Eagles ran the football 17 different times and compiled 95 yards, which earned them an average of 5.6 yards per attempt. In all, they had 62 plays which totaled 339 yards. Philadelphia conceded 29 completions on 37 attempts for a total of 243 yards and a completion rate of 78.4%. On the ground, the Eagles gave up 106 yards on 31 tries, which calculates to 3.4 yards per run allowed.